Does Barkeeper's Friend live up to its high reputation? We're going to talk about that today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, sometimes on this show, we do product reviews based on your requests. And you guys wrote into the show and you wanted to know, is Barkeeper's Friend everything that it's cracked up to be? So we're going to do a quick product review on it. I'm going to show you some examples, and I'm not going to tell you whether or not it's right for you. I will leave that to your own investigation, but I will tell you whether or not it lives up to its hype. All right, what is Barkeeper's Friend? It's a product that was created back in 1882 by a chemist named George William Foreman, and he filed a patent for it in 1887. And it's manufactured in Indianapolis, Indiana. Now, if I get in my car, I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I were to drive to Indianapolis, it would take 9 hours and 24 minutes to get me a jar of Barkeeper's Friend. But the good news is you do not have to travel that far. It's available in all your grocery stores, Walmart, Target, all the places that you shop. So it's a mass-produced product. What's interesting about this product is as early as 2016, all these years later, the automated system for producing this powdered cleanser was up to 60,000 containers a day. Wow, awesome, right? And it's produced in 3 different sizes, 12, 15, and 21 ounces. All right, so what is it? Well, it was originally created to help clean stainless steel in bars. And you'll notice that the logo on the front is actually 2 saloon doors, which is a throwback to its original creation back in 1882, right? So it's kind of cool that they kept that as their logo, even though the company has evolved. And the company has now evolved into a whole line of liquid cleansers as well as the powdered cleanser. All right, so the powdered cleanser, let's take a look at what it is. Now, I've gone to the SDS sheet, which is from the Globally Harmonized System. And every product manufacturer that has a chemical is required by law to produce this sheet, the safety data sheet, and make it available to the public. And it has 16 different elements on it, and we're going to go through those really quickly. So the first one is that it is produced by Servas Laboratories, and we already talked about that. They're in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I will leave their address and phone number in the links below so that you can contact them if you have any questions. All right, the second one is a hazards identification. Is this a hazardous product? Well, it has 2 hazard warnings. One is an H316, and that says that it causes mild skin irritation. The other one is H319, which causes serious eye irritation. So do not get this in your eyes. Now, quite frankly, if you get anything in your eyes, it's going to sting and burn, but this is one of those things. All right, the next thing, section 3, the composition of the ingredients. Okay, so the ingredients is linear sodium dodazole benzene sulfonate, which is also known as DDBSA. It's an inexpensive chemical compound which helps stabilize the powder. And then the other ingredient is oxalic acid, which is found in rhubarb leaves. Who knew, right? All right, moving on, the first aid measures. So if for any reason you get this on your skin, it says rinse it off for several minutes. And if you drink it or ingest it for some reason, you want to drink water or milk to combat that. And if you get it inside your eyes, you want to flush with water. All right, moving on. Number 5, firefighting measures. This is required by law, but it is not a fire hazard, so you can relax. All right, number 6, if it spills accidentally, how are we supposed to clean it up? You're supposed to clean it up with a paper towel or some cloths. See, not very frightening, is it? And the handling and storage. Well, it says keep out of the reach of children and small animals and store in a dry place. Well, it's a dry powdered chemical, so that makes sense, right? All right, section 8. This is the exposure controls. Now, as a professional house cleaner, if you're using this a lot and you're going to be using it all day, it suggests wearing household gloves designed for cleaning. So, yay. Now, if you get it on your skin and it's just a short amount of time, you can rinse your hand off, you'll be fine. All right, number 9, physical and chemical properties. It is a physical property that is white. When we poured it out on a plate, it looked like it was white flour, and it had the texture of white flour. It was not gritty like baking soda. It was just soft and fine like baking powder or baking flour, and it is white. So you want to know that the chemicals that you are looking at match the SDS sheet so that you know that what's in the container is actually what it's supposed to be. All right, stability and reactivity. Well, it's a stable compound, and the reactivity is do not mix it with chlorine bleach, ammonia, or alkaline products. That makes perfect sense. We don't mix anything with those products. All right, the toxicological information. It says that it is a moderate eye and skin irritant. It just reinforces that, so don't get it in your eyes, and if you get it on your hands, rinse your hands. Now, the ecological information is how friendly is it to the earth? Well, it does have a warning here. It says it's of minimal risk to terrestrial wildlife. And it says that it is water soluble, but it says if it goes in the water, it could be a short-term risk to fish and other aquatic organisms. So if that happens, you can dilute the water with baking soda and it will neutralize the oxalic acid. All right, disposable considerations. If you have to throw this away, where do you throw it and where is it safe to throw it? It says it may be disposed in a household garbage. So it's pretty safe for the house. All right, next, transport information. This product is not regulated by the Department of Transportation, so it is safe to travel by air, land, or sea. So if you have to ship it across the country, you can do so safely. All right, and the regulatory information, it says that it has no release reporting. So overall, it's a pretty safe product to have inside your house. Now, we took it and we went and we tried it on a couple of things. Because it's designed for pots and pans, we had a pot and pan that had some baked on goodness in the bottom. And we decided we were going to scrub it out with Barkeeper's Friend. So what we did is we wet the bottom of the pan, we poured a little bit of Barkeeper's Friend in there, and we just created a paste, and we painted the bottom of the pan with the paste. Then we let the dwell time on that sit for 2 minutes. Then we came back with a non-scratch scrub sponge. Now, we could have cleaned it with a paper towel, but I'm not a fan of using irregular cleaning supplies for regular cleaning. So if you were scrubbing out a pot and pan, you would certainly use a scrub sponge. That is a normal, everyday, work smart, not hard cleaning supply that you would use. So we used a regular non-scratch scrub sponge when we cleaned this out. Now, as far as the elbow grease goes, on a scale of 1 to 10, it was moderate elbow grease, like maybe a 2 or a 3. So it was not scrub, scrub, scrub. It was just kind of, rinsing it out. All right, then let's take a look at the results. We have the before and the after, and it looks amazing how clean this came. It looks almost brand spanking new. Now, we also tried the Barkeeper's Friend on a stainless steel refrigerator and microwave. Now, with the stainless steel refrigerator and microwave, there were lots of fingerprints where people had opened the doors and they had food on their hands. So there's caked on food on the front of the refrigerator and the microwave. And then also what's interesting about this is there were some stains, like maybe there had been bacon grease or something cooked in the house, and it didn't come off very well with just regular wiping down. So we took some Barkeeper's Friend, we poured it on a damp microfiber cloth, and we rubbed it along with the grain into the stainless steel. Then we left that for 2 minutes. Then we wiped it off with a damp microfiber cloth, and voila! It looks as good as new. It's amazing. So what else can you use Barkeeper's Friend on? Well, it's safe on fiberglass, so that would be your bathtubs and maybe your sinks. If you have a porcelain sink, it's safe on porcelain, which is what your toilet is made of. It's also safe inside the toilet bowl of your toilets. If you have aluminum, it's great for aluminum. It's great for Corian, like if you have a solid surface countertop. Because it's a fine powder like baking flour, it's not going to scratch. So you can use it on a variety of different substances. So if you're thinking about using it, I recommend that you give it a try because it's very inexpensive. It ranges between $1 and $5 depending on where you buy it. And it's readily available, like I said, in grocery stores all across America, in Canada, across the UK. It's available just about everywhere you go. So it's a great item to have inside your cleaning caddy. And does it do what it is advertised to do? I'm going to give it a Savvy Cleaner seal of approval and give it, yes, a passing grade for it doing what it is designed to do. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoy it. Give Barkeepers a friend. Let me know what you think about it. I want to hear about it in the show notes. You can also write into the show, give me your personal experience. And I love before and after pictures. So if you want to use before and after pictures, show me how it cleaned whatever it is that you're cleaning. All right, until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.